It's Sunday, January 23rd, 2022, and it's time for episode 54 of Dinner from the Dining Car. Today, we're going to be making the French apple pie with nutmeg sauce. Now, meow, no, you're not going out. Tough. He's been on me. Don't let me get started with the cat. This French apple pie with nutmeg sauce was created by head baker Henry Ibsch at the Los Angeles Union Station Harvey House. Very long time ago. Sadly, you go to LA Union Station now, there's no evidence that I can see of the Harvey House ever having been there. That's sad. But I found this recipe and we're going to give it a shot. We're making the dessert. Yummy. And here's what you're going to need. You're going to need, first of all, apples. Now the recipe calls for tart apples. We went with something a little different. We are going with Honeycrisps. They're light, they're crisp, they're slightly sweet, they're just very yummy apples. You're going to need 4 or 5 of those. And because they're going to be peeled, cored, and sliced. Now, excuse me again. What did I do with it? What did I do with the thing? What did I do with the thing? There it is. If you deal a lot with apples, sorry about that, I had to remember where I put this. If you deal a lot with apples, you may want to get yourself one of these. This is a apple corer, peeler, and slicer, which screws down tight to a breadboard. This one's all metal. It's a Victorio, and I paid like $30-some for this about 10-15 years ago. It's never gotten dull, and it always works. You're going to need, let's do the pie first. You're going to need a 9-inch pie tin. You're going to need 2, I don't know if you can see it real well, pie crusts. You're going to use one in the bottom, fill it with the apple mixture, and then pinch another one on the top. You're going to, oh, I already said about the apples. You're going to need a little bit of flour. Now, we're not going to use anywhere near this. This only uses about 3 tablespoons of flour. You're going to need graham cracker crumbs. These use a cup of crunched up graham cracker crumbs. We have a chopper. We're going to chop all this up. You're also going to need, let me get that out of the shot. You're also going to need some sugar. And you're going to need our old friend, butter. That's for the pie. For the sauce, you're going to need, again, some sugar, about half a cup. You're going to need a cup of milk. You're going to need 1 egg. Judy was kind enough to put an egg in a bowl for me. And you're going to need a couple of teaspoons of nutmeg. This will make the sauce that's going to pour on top of the pie when you serve it. That's all you need for the recipe. I want to thank the late Henry Ibsch for this recipe. This looks absolutely insane. So we're going to make us a dessert tonight. Dinner, different story. Kind of winging it for dinner, but we are going to have a really nice dessert. Anyway, let me get the apples peeled and cored, the graham crackers crunched up, the little bit of flour that I need, and we'll get back to you when we've got, and oh, let me get the apple corer, peeler, slicer mounted up, and we'll get back to y'all when we are ready to cook. We'll see you then. Okay, we're back. I thought you guys might want to see this apple core peeler slicer do its thing. So here we go. Pull this back. Shove an apple on there and just start turning. And just like that, your apple is peeled, cored, and if you run a knife through it, sliced. Just like that. And you move on to the next one. You can do apples so fast with this thing. Like I said, if you use a lot of apples for baking and they need to be cored, peeled, and sliced, this is your winner right here. Pop the core out and just run a knife through it. There you have it. That's 2. That beep was the oven coming to temperature. Now you need to set your oven to start at 425. And let's do apple number 3. Yes, this definitely beats doing it peeling, cutting, and coring apples by hand. And apple number 4. You want to end up with 7 or 8 cups of apples. I figure 5 apples should do the trick. And you can see how fast, with a machine like this, you can do apples. The slices all come out pretty uniform. You just, again, run a knife through it and cut it. To cut it, and here's the last apple. Oops, get that string out of there. Now, if you're really different, you could do something silly like eat these apple strings. Judy and I just had a bagel, so we're not going to eat the apple strings. There you have it. 5 apples cut in less than 2 or 3 minutes. Cut, peeled, and sliced in less than 2 or 3 minutes. This was a smart investment on my behalf. Anyway, that's it for that little display. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, we're back. We're ready to start. You need to take all the apples that you just cored, peeled, and sliced, and you place it in a pan with just enough water to cover the apples. And then you're going to boil them for about 5 minutes. There we go. While that's boiling, while that's heating to a boil, hi kitten, you're in Daddy's chair, you know. We need to get our chopper out and chop up a whole bunch of graham crackers. That should be plenty. Now it's time to play scare the crap out of the kitty cat. He hates the sound of this thing. He will probably tear off out of the kitchen the minute he hears it go on. That sound you hear, folks, is the sound of the chopper chopping the snot out of graham crackers. There you have a bunch of graham cracker crumbs. This flour I'm going to move. Yeah, right. Got some flour here. Okay. Alright. Get over here, you. That's it for the graham crackers. Oh, those taste good. Haven't had a graham cracker in ages. Yeah, Kitty's sitting over here. Come on, boil. Wash the stickiness off my hands from the apples. There. Okay, that's boiling. Graham cracker crusts are now. You're going to take your bowl once it's dried out. And let me move the camera so you can see me do this. Oh, hello. A little something I forgot to mention in the intro that you're also going to need. A little bit of vanilla. Just a few drops. In a bowl. That's a little bit too big of a bowl. Let's get a smaller bowl. Yes, folks, it's true. I make a lot of noise in my kitchen. Let me rotate this camera so you can get a good shot of me at the table. Doing what I gotta do at the table. Oh, that's a nice shot. Now, Kitty, I'm gonna have to kick you out of my chair. I'm gonna move you. Oh, what a big cat. Oh, you can lay down here on Mommy's chair. Oh, screw you too. Heck with you, kitties. Heck with you, kitty. If you're going to be that way, heck with you, kitty. Alright, in your small bowl, right here. Flip this so I can see it. Oh, hello. Is it recording? Yes, okay. That's interesting. Hope it's recording. In your small bowl, you're going to put in 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs. Hopefully I can do this without spraying graham cracker crumbs all over the place. One cup of graham cracker crumbs. There's a few left, but we don't care about those. Sugar. You need about, gee whiz, 1.5 cups of sugar. Wow. There's 1/2 cup. There's a full cup. And there's about another 1/2 cup. That's all you need of the sugar until we start making the sauce. The sauce we will make after the pie goes in the oven. In fact, we're going to make the sauce just before the oven comes out. So there'll be a bit of time here. And flour, you need 1/2 cup of flour. There's 1/2 cup of flour. Put the flour away. Now, for those of you who store flour, the best thing to do to store your flour is to put bay leaves in your flour and in your container that you're using to store it. That way it will keep the weevils from, it kills the weevil eggs. And any flour you have is going to have weevil eggs in it. Unless you're growing the damn wheat yourself, in which case you're crazy. You're crazy to begin with if you're growing your own wheat. Unless you're a wheat farmer. Then you're not so crazy. Get all the clumps out. Because you don't want clumps in your pie. Oh, this is a nice looking little mixture. Now this is your topping that's going to go on top of the pie before you put that second pie shell on top of it. Oh shit. Crap. That was stupid. I turned the wrong burner on. That was brilliant. No wonder it's getting smoky in here. Okay. While we got a minute, we're going to take our pie pan, which we're going to spray with just a smattering of cooking spray, so the pie shell doesn't stick to it. We don't want the pie shell to stick to the pan. And yes, I'm using a butter flavored cooking spray. If you have an Aldi near you, Aldi has a fabulous price on the big 8-ounce can of the okay, we have to melt the butter a little bit. We have to melt the butter. Now it calls for 1/3 cup. Cup being 8 ounces. We're talking about 3 or 4 ounces of butter. Screw it, we're just going to use 1/2 stick. If you're melting butter in the microwave, it should take about 30 seconds, if that long. While that's melting, we're going to open up our pie crusts. We're going to open our pie crusts. That's what you think, Tony. Ah, silly boy. Oh wow, we're getting smoky in here because of that had the wrong burner on. Get your pie crust out. Open it up nicely. And then you're going to pop that bad boy in your pan, in your cake pan, and you're going to squish it down just a little bit. Here's another hint. When you do that, grab a fork, poke a few holes in the bottom of the pie crust. This will keep it from exploding. The last thing you want in a pie is an exploding pie crust. That is a bad thing. Check my apples. And you still need a little more time. Well, all we're doing right now is waiting on the apples. Might as well get out the other pie crust. This is going to have to go on top of it. We are going to put the apples, the crumb topping, and then, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. You don't use 2 pie crusts. You only need 1 pie crust. Silly Tony. That's what I get for not looking at what I'm doing. That's what I get for not looking at what I'm doing. Put it all there. Oops. Careful when you're putting this pie shell in because you could rip it and then you'd be really angry at yourself. Come on, apples. Come on, apples. Okay, we're back. The apples have finished boiling. It's been about 5 minutes. We need to take them off the stove. They smell wonderful, by the way. Put them on a hot plate here. Now, you need to very gently put in another ½ cup of sugar into the apples. And then kind of stir them. Being careful not to break the apples because they're going to be very soft now. Alright, now here comes the fun. This might get a little messy. Now you need to grab a slotted spoon. The oven is up to temperature. Using a slotted spoon, take those apples out, put them in that pie shell. Now this is a lot of apples. Oh, they smell so darn good. It's a shame you folks can't be here to smell this. Get all our chunks of apple. All of it. All of our chunks of apple. There's all of our chunks of apple. Kind of spread them around in the pie shell. There we go. Let me move that back out of the way before I knock it over. There, that's that. Now, you're going to take the crumb topping you made. Oh, wait a minute. There's one other thing we have to do with that crumb topping. We have to take our 1/3 cup of butter, pour that in there. That's going to solidify it. And how much vanilla? A few drops. Well, there you go. That's your vanilla. Now you're going to stir that crumble topping up some more. Put the vanilla away. Be a good Tony. Put the vanilla away. You're going to stir this up, and it's going to kind of chunk around a little. Kind of like a crumb topping. Actually, this looks like a pretty good crumb topping, actually. I'm not unhappy with that. Oh yeah, I'm not unhappy with that in the least. And you're going to get lumps in it, but c'est la guerre. C'est la vie. Considering this is a French pie, I'm appropriate saying that. Maybe I should get my wife in here. She's a Cajun and she speaks a little French. Especially when she's angry. She likes to speak French when she's angry. That's when I know I really messed up. That's alright. When she really messes up, I speak Polish. Kinda touche. Anyway, there's your crumb topping. Now you're going to spread this all over these apples. You're going to use all of this. Although that's quite a lot of topping. I don't know if I'll use all of this because damn son, that's a lot of topping. That's going to be a thick topping. That's about all I think this is going to handle. That's about all I think this is going to handle. There. Oh, that topping's delicious. And, wow. Again, you have your oven preheated to 425. We're going to kind of move the camera so you can see this bad boy going in the oven. There we go. Now I'm going to come over here and block the shot. Ow, ow, ow. Into the 425 oven it goes. Now you are going to cook this for 15 minutes, for 10 minutes. And then you're going to come back and drop the temperature to 350, and then you're going to cook it another half an hour. So we will see you all in about 10 to 15, well actually we'll see you all at the end of 40 minutes. We'll see you then. Okay, so the pie's got about 6 minutes left. So now we're going to start the sauce. You need your egg into the saucepan. You need a cup of milk. And half a cup of the sugar, which some idiot put away. Some idiot named me. Some idiot named Tony put away the sugar when he shouldn't have yet. Half a cup of sugar. Now you're going to whisk this, because this is going to come to a boil. Up there. Okay, enough. I've had it. Get in there, you savage. Too much stuff, not enough cabinet. Just whisk this until it boils. And whisk it, mix it all together. And to this, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. Actually, you wait till this is boiling, then add the 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. This looks like it's going to be a wonderful sauce. Smells like something I want to eat already. Back in the fridge. Put this all away. Now, get that butter out. I'm going to need that for dinner. Might as well wash these 2 cups out while we're waiting for that to boil. That pie is beginning to smell really good. Oh my goodness. Oh, people, when this pulls out of the oven, you are going to be in for a treat. This over here. So when the pie comes out, I can sit it right here and you can get a really good look at it. It looks absolutely delicious. Come on, boil already. Keep whisking it. Bring that flame down a bit. Okay, it's starting to boil a little bit. So now we'll add 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. 1, 2. Close that up. And whisk that into it as well. Make sure that nutmeg's all mixed in. That smells good. That pie is about to come out of the oven, folks, so you're going to be in for a treat. Okay, once it boils, remove it from the heat. Just turn the heat off. Now, we're not going to show cutting the pie up and serving it because we haven't had our dinner yet, so we would be bad children if we had our dessert first. Of course, then again, we could always play Starman and go, why? You have to have dinner before you have dessert. Why? Oh, this nutmeg sauce smells insanely good. Just keep whisking it once it's off the heat. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, beep, beep. The pie is going to come out now. And it is gorgeous. Look at that. How brown and beautiful and yummy looking that pie is. Now what you need to do is take a little of that sauce and pop it on that pie. Oh, wait, I have a spoon here. Okay. Judy?
Yeah?
Come here, look at this pie.
Okay.
And then you just take some of that nutmeg sauce all over that pie.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
Careful, don't get in the shot.
Okay. Look how pretty that is.
Just go all over the pie with the nutmeg sauce. Almost makes you want to cut a piece and have it before dinner, huh?
No, we'll have it after. We'll give it some time to cool.
There we go. Yeah, you can hear it sizzling. Uh-oh, I'm dripping on the oven there. Stop! Halt! Cease! Just kind of catch a few sections until we get the sauce on it. No.
Hot.
Yes, very. Well, folks, there you have it. The French apple pie with nutmeg sauce. That's our dessert tonight. It looks delicious. And the smell in here, if you could smell it in here, it's crazy. And that nutmeg sauce is off the charts. That's it for this week's video. If you have any questions, comments, or you want a copy of the recipe, go ahead and email me at dinnerfromthediningcar@yahoo.com. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, enjoy your week, and we'll see you when we see you.